Hey everyone, welcome to Soul Whispers Tarot. This is going to be another pick a card reading. Today this reading is, why is this person silent? Why aren't they talking to you? Why aren't they communicating to you? Why have they pulled back, or why have they blocked you or ghosted you? So there's 3 sets of cards. I'm using the True Love Tarot and the Archetype cards by Caroline Mays or Caroline Mize. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name. So I'll give you a few moments to tune into the cards. The first one is the Pyramid. The second set of cards is the Rose Quartz Angel. And the third cards is the Rune Stone. Okay, so I'll get straight into looking at set of cards number 1. Okay, so this is set of cards number 1, which is the Pyramid. So the overall energies are from the True Love Tarot. So we have the Queen of Wands, which is labelled the leader. Then we have the 3 of Swords in reverse, or sorrow in reverse. The 10 of Swords, or difficulty. The 2 of Pentacles in reverse, or change, it's called here, in reverse. And the 2 of Swords in reverse, or balance in reverse. So the Queen of Wands is clarified by the 7 of Wands, which is courage. The 3 of Swords in reverse is clarified by the Ace of Cups in reverse. The 10 of Swords is clarified by the 9 of Pentacles, independence. The Ace of Cups was love in reverse. The 2 of Pentacles in reverse is clarified by the Chariot, or determination. And the 2 of Swords in reverse is clarified by the 5 of Cups in reverse, or disappointment in reverse. So we also have the archetype cards here. Why is this person not communicating? Why are they silent? There's Lover in reverse. There's Goddess. There's Gossip. And there's Teacher. Okay. So I'm really feeling this person sees you as this Queen of Wands. It's Queen of Roses in this deck, or the leader. They're really seeing you as very strong and that you have a lot of courage as well. They're really seeing you in your femininity, your feminine power, your beauty. And that's really a catalyst to them. That's really sparking their own intuition, their own soul truth to awaken, is what I'm feeling. Their heart awakening. And they're really seeing you as this powerful, beautiful, stable lady. And they're lacking in courage. I feel this is like a soul connection, like a soulmate or a twin flame, where if you're the divine feminine energy, you are like the leader in this connection. And so Spirit is saying a lot of this is to do with they're holding back because you're their teacher, but also they're teaching you through this situation. Basically, when it comes to twin flames or deep soul connections, which are about, you know, your own soul growth, helping each other soul to grow, often it is literally by them preventing your ego from getting what the ego wants. So, you know, our egos could want like a perfect love relationship, and I'm not saying that that's not possible, but within these connections often it appears like the other person is denying you what your ego wants, i.e. when you're looking outside of yourself for love, happiness, approval, validation, you know, the inner child wounds that we need to heal within ourselves. We need to have that oneness and wholeness within ourselves. We need to give ourselves those things. So this person, it's like their higher self. Both of your higher selves are like guiding this connection. So They literally won't give you what your ego wants if you're looking outside of yourself to fill in the voids that you need to heal within yourself. So I feel as though this person's intimidated by you because they see your divine power, and they feel as though they're not good enough. They may feel that they're not spiritual enough. They may feel like they're being a bit too logical. They have the Three of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Ace of Cups in reverse. So both of these to mirror about their heart. Because Three of Swords traditionally shows the heart being pierced by three swords. And I always take the cups to mean our heart, our emotions. So yeah, they've experienced heartbreak. I feel some of them, they may have been cheated on or betrayed by another partner in the past, and that's caused them to create walls around their heart. They're not having self-love. They're not able to give or receive love at this time because they're too much in this painful energy. And our pain, it is created by our mind. It's like when the ego's triggered. The ego believes in the separation illusion, basically, like the me versus you sort of energy. And so I feel this person has been betrayed in the past, and they're taking it very personally. They're not realizing that truly it wasn't personal. It's all a lesson. How they've been looking outside of themselves for validation when they need to have this self-love within, to realize that they are worthy. So basically, I feel this person's holding back and is silent because they don't feel worthy. They feel like, and this doesn't have to be a past romantic relationship. It could be anyone that's hurt them, and then they took that really personally. The ego, can take those kinds of experiences on board, and we hold on to those experiences, and we believe our worth or lack of worth is determined by how other people have treated us. So this person, I really feel, is lacking in self-esteem because some people have treated them poorly and they felt deep down like it was their fault and they deserved that, or they feel like people mistreated them because they weren't successful. They didn't have enough to give to these people. I feel like this person has experienced people of the opposite sex having unrealistic expectations of them, wanting, I'm going to say him because I feel like most people watching this are going to be female wondering about a male. So this man has experienced a lot of women in his past, and it could be family, and it would have started off as family, but then they would have been within that vibration of feeling as though they're not good enough. So then they would have subconsciously attracted romantic situations where people were manipulating them or using them or narcissistic, and basically trying to see how far they could push this guy to give and give and give and burn himself out, and then they still didn't show appreciation. That's the energy I'm feeling with this person. So they've taken things very personally. They think who they are is like this collection of, what the ego bruising, the stories that our ego creates, saying, oh, this situation happened because I'm not good enough. Or just believing what negative people have told them. So they're not in a place where they're not in a vibration where they can receive love. And so they feel like they don't have enough to offer you, especially because they're seeing you as so accomplished and got your stuff together. So yeah, 10 of Wings. This is 10 of Swords. Difficulty. This is the card of like betrayal as well. Feeling stabbed in the back. Traditionally, it shows the person lying dead on the ground with 10 swords in their back. It's clarified by the 9 of Pentacles, which is independence. So this person may, in general, have difficulty allowing anyone in, allowing anyone to get close to them because of this pain that they're carrying around with them. and have experienced in the past. They may fear being vulnerable because they've experienced people manipulating them and pushing their buttons, triggering their insecurities so they can get what they want from him. This person's afraid to let anyone be like an energy vampire to them, like they've experienced in the past. So they're holding on dearly to their independence. They could be, they could get involved in other romantic relationships, but in a sense, it's like deep down they're wearing masks, or they have some kind of barriers up, so they're not truly being their true selves and being open and vulnerable. Two of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Chariot. So it's interesting, this Two of Pentacles is labelled change in this deck. Whenever I see the Two of Pentacles, it is like, to me, it's someone who's like living a double life, like they're juggling two separate things. So this is like saying their intuition is opening up. They've had this heartbreak, it's broken their heart open. I feel your connection because they feel deep love for you, because it's a deep soul connection. It's brought up all of this pain and emotions to the surface. Ace of Cups. So the cup in reverse, it's like I said, to me it represents their heart. It's like all the stuff they'd bottled up because they were afraid to face that pain is being tipped out of that cup because it's in reverse. So it's like you've opened a can of worms for them emotionally. They're used to bottling up their emotions, but with you, they can't control these emotions. So they may be trying to control the situation and withdrawing, and that is why they're silent. But yeah, this Two of Pentacles in reverse, to me, it's always like someone's living a double life. It's like this person's intuition is opening up, but on a day-to-day basis, they're wearing a mask. And they're in denial about what their heart and soul is telling them. They're afraid to trust their heart because they don't want to be heartbroken again. And because your connection is intense, they feel like they'll be heartbroken all the more, like more than ever before. But Two of Pentacles in reverse is also, to me, an energy of something's got to give. They can't keep living in two different polarities of truth and illusion. The truth of the soul is infinitely stronger than the illusions of the ego. So the truth is coming forward, whether they like it or not. So things are falling away. They're not going to be able to handle like living in limbo. And it's interesting because there's change, and then the Chariot's about movement, and it says determination, and then I was going to say something else then. But anyway, the Chariot is clarifying this. So yeah, there's an energy underpinning this, underneath this resistance about change. Like they can't prevent the determination of their soul, the movement of their soul. The more they resist this, the more like tower moments are going to happen. The more, but basically things are going to happen that are going to shock them, that are going to hurt them. If they're, in denial, things are going to shake them, shake up, stir up their world. So they have to be honest with themselves. Two of Wings or Two of Swords in reverse. So this is like they were in this stalemate. They've been on the fence about your connection. This is like a head versus heart. Their intuition is awakening. They have these deep feelings, but their mind's been trying to deny it because to the ego it seems safer to just sort of deny this love and stay in a comfort zone. But in reverse, it's saying that this is what I feel is happening. Like I said, the Tower moments, things are going to happen to force them to see clearly with this in the reverse position. Because when it's upright, it's like someone's wearing a blindfold. They're burying their head in the sand. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to make a decision. So they're just stagnating. But something's forcing them to make a decision. And it's disappointment. Five of Cups. in reverse. So 5 of Cups normally shows the 3 cups have spilt over. So because they've been in this state of denial, resistance, stagnation, not listening to their intuition, it's likely that something negative has happened between both of you, or something shocking's happened in their life, because the universe had to come in and intervene and get them moving again, force them to not be able to stagnate and deny the truth. So this 5 of Cups in reverse is more positive as well, because it normally shows the 2 cups behind the person that are still standing upright, which represents the 2 of Cups card, which is a happy connection, a balanced love connection. Excuse me. So they're noticing, they're becoming more aware of the potential of your connection and the deep true meaning of your connection, because when they were in resistance, the universe had to intervene and create some kind of upheaval that's really got them seeing things more clearly. But they're still in this stage of, there still is a part of them that's like head versus heart. They are feeling the truth a lot more, but I feel this person has quite a long way to go in terms of trusting in their intuition and knowing how to listen and know how to move forward towards you. It's definitely not because they don't feel love for you. It's because they feel so much. It's catalyzed this heart awakening, and there needs to be this time for the transition of the illusions to fall away, so the truth can become more and more revealed to them. So they have Lover in reverse, which is the shadow attribute, and it says obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. I feel this person's afraid because they have obsessive passion towards you. They're obsessively thinking about you. They feel so much love and the magnetic connection, magnetic pull towards you. But I feel they wore their heart on their sleeve in a past relationship. And that's when they experienced this heartbreak and feelings of betrayal. So they're afraid of getting sucked into this again. They're afraid of history repeating itself. They're afraid to admit they have so much feelings for you because people in the past manipulated them. People in the past saw their weaknesses, their insecurities, and manipulated that. And so they're afraid of that again. They see you as this goddess. This is just like the Queen of Roses, the goddess, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. So they're seeing you as this divine feminine. They're seeing you as this perfect woman. I'm not saying you're perfect. No one is. But, they've really put you on a pedestal, and they're looking at themselves feeling like they just don't match up. And that's, the ego illusions. So there's gossip. To me, this is like their inner voice. This is like the ego, the mind monkey, whatever you want to call it. The part of themselves that's always second guessing themselves, the inner critic. Them basically just being in their head too much. Their head undermining their heart and intuition. But like I mentioned earlier, teacher, they're looking up to you. They're learning lots from you. But also, they're teaching you a lot of things. There's a separation right now because it's forcing you to love yourself in ways where potentially if they were there for you, you could just, be with them and not look inwards and try and, look outside of yourself for happiness and wholeness and love. So they're teaching you through this time of separation to really find that within. So I really hope this reading has resonated with you. And if it has, please like, share and subscribe, because it will really help me out as my channel is new, and I'll be back again really soon with similar readings to this one. So I'll move on to the next set of cards now. Okay, so this is set of cards number 2, which is the Rose Quartz Angel. And first of all, we're using the True Love Tarot for the overall energies. Why is this person silent? Why have they potentially blocked you? Why have they ghosted you? Why aren't they communicating? So the first one is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, or the Nurturer in reverse. And then they have the Moon, which is labeled fear. The Princess of Wings, or the Page of Swords, the Messenger. The Knight of Cups in reverse, or the Charmer in reverse. And the Nine of Cups in reverse, or Fulfillment in reverse. So clarifying the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is the Four of Wands in reverse, or it says Respect in reverse. Clarifying the Moon is the Six of Wands in reverse, or Victory in reverse. Clarifying the Page of Swords is the Lovers, or Attraction. Clarifying the Knight of Cups in reverse is the Nine of Wands, or Habits in reverse. And clarifying the Nine of Shells, or the Nine of Cups in reverse, is the Eight of Swords, Indecision. Okay, so we also have the Archetype cards by Caroline Mays, or Mize. The first one is Detective. Then we have Samaritan in reverse, Shapeshifter, Damsel in reverse, and Thief in reverse. Okay, so what I'm picking up with this person, and I'm going to call this person a he, but it could be a she, you know. I'm feeling that this person has experienced like a lack of respect from females in their life. What I'm picking up initially is like they have basically mother issues. The Queen of Gems, or the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Nurturer in reverse. This is like a motherly figure. In reverse, it's someone that was very controlling of them, someone who didn't respect them, with this Four of Wands in reverse. So Four of Wands is about family life. So this person has experienced a lot of upheaval, a lot of toxicity in their family life growing up, is what I'm feeling. So I feel like they have some kind of karmic patterns that have been unhealthy, or maybe even toxic, when it comes to their relationships with women in general. I feel like there's been females that have manipulated them, who have had unrealistic expectations of them. And therefore, it's like they have this overall belief that they're not good enough for women, or that they always disappoint the women in their life. And, you know, whatever we believe, we attract, we manifest. This could be that they were in a marriage situation and they felt like they weren't respected by their wife. Because the Four of Wands can be about marriage, and obviously in reverse, an unhappy marriage. Some kind of female influence in their life has really hurt them, really created a lot of anxiety when it comes to opening their heart and really trusting in love. I feel like they've lost a lot of trust in people in general and in love. Like, it's created a lot of cynicism. So I feel they're not reaching out to you, or they're withholding themselves from you. And it's because I feel they're distracted by this pain. It's like this is the vibration they're still in. They have the Moon, which is fear. And they fear not having victory with you, because there's this Six of Wands in reverse, or victory in reverse. That's their fear. They fear that you're not going to see them in a good light. What I'm feeling is, with this Six of Wands in reverse, this traditionally shows the person, it's like the soldier who's come back being victorious in battle, and the whole town's like celebrating and cheering him on, and are so grateful to him. So in reverse, this is like this man has experienced, I feel he's tried to please women in his life and they've just not shown appreciation, or they've shown him a lot of criticism. He felt like he's tried hard in romantic relationships and it's failed. And it's because he's not loving himself. He's not respecting himself. He's not nurturing himself. And so he has negative beliefs about himself. And that's just subconsciously manifested these kind of situations. For some of you, this may be like a bit of a warning as well to, respect this person, truly nurture them, and don't try and control things or force some kind of victory, because that may be, a pattern that they're used to. And so they may have some trust issues towards you if you're kind of acting in similar ways to what they've experienced in the past. So that may just be something to be mindful for some of you. The moon is like the subconscious. They fear all these bottled up wounds coming up to the surface. They fear, or that I feel some of them are even unaware that they need to really go in and heal themselves, go inwards and heal themselves. This kind of energy that they've been stuck in and these kinds of scenarios with toxic people, I feel they're just so used to it. It's like their vibration they're in. It's almost like their comfort zone, even though, it's not healthy at all. And so they have these fears, or they literally can't see that they can liberate themselves. Victory, in reverse, I feel some people have really tried to put them down and really play on their insecurities and make them feel as though they can't move forward, make them feel bound to whomever is like using them energetically or using them to get their own for their own gain. So they've tried to keep this person in a place of insecurity and lack of self-love, so they feel that they can't escape, basically. So there's the Page of Swords, the Messenger, and the Lovers, attraction. So the Page of Swords is the messenger and attraction. This person really does want to communicate to you that they feel this deep attraction, this deep love for you. But they're afraid they're not going to be victorious in love, because the Lovers is number 6. The 6 is the number of love, and then there's the 6 of Wands. So victory in love in reverse. This is what they're fearing. The Lovers can also be like needing to make a decision. And I don't feel, for some of you, it may be like a decision between choosing you and a toxic partner that they may be with. But for many of you, this is a choice. They need to choose to love themselves and therefore go for what they want with you, or continue to choose to try and seek validation from these people who aren't worthy of their time and effort. This person's been seeking their sense of self-worth from these toxic people, and that's never going to work out until they realize that their own worth and that they don't need to look outside of themselves for approval. So some of them, that I feel like they're wanting to communicate, but it's like these cards are in the way. It's like blocking them, because this Page of Swords is looking at this fear energy and the nurturer in reverse. So there's this this Knight of Cups in reverse with the 9 of Wands in reverse. So 9 of Wands is like trying to stand strong. It's like the wounded warrior, someone who's experienced a lot of difficulties in their life, and they're trying to stand strong, but it's really been getting the better of them recently. It's really been getting them down. So this Charmer in reverse, to me, this is like, because they feel like they're weak. They feel weak because they feel like they can't free themselves. So they may feel in general that they're weak when it comes to women. So this charmer in reverse, to me, it's really saying that they're trying to wear a mask with you and try and make out that they're more confident than what they are. They're trying to be what they feel a successful man is. They're trying to portray themselves to look like that, but you can see like through it totally. And then there's the 9 of Cups in reverse, or fulfillment in reverse, with the 8 of Swords, indecision. So the 8 of Swords traditionally shows the person blindfolded, they're tied up with ropes, and there's swords like all around them. But it's a card that means someone who feels or believes that they're trapped in a situation or circumstance, but they're not. They're not trapped. They're not bound in that situation. What it's saying is that it's their own perspective, their own way of seeing the situation is what makes them believe they're stuck. But in truth, they're not. So they feel like they're stuck in this place of a lack of fulfillment. They're fearing that they don't have the strength to make their dreams come true and be victorious. They fear that they can't have this fulfillment. Maybe they feel as though the universe is punishing them, which is a strong belief to have and could definitely contribute to them feeling as though they're stuck. If they're just feeling like a victim, if they're not realizing that they have the power to liberate themselves and create their own fulfillment. They have detective. So this is them really spying on you, really like looking at you closely, which is what the Page of Swords is. A lot of people say that's about as well. They're looking at you, watching you from afar. They're being this detective. Right now, they're really trying to go inwards and really figure out what is true and what is an illusion. Because ironically, I feel like they're believing much more in illusions, believing they're not good enough, etc. And they're doubting the truth of their worth and the truth that this love between you is real. But it's good that they're going inwards and they are being this detective, because it shows that they are paying attention and they're becoming much more willing to go down the path of the unknown, delving deeper into their subconscious with the Moon card. The Moon is a very feminine energy, so it is showing that intuition is coming up a lot more. I feel this person is really going to reach a point where they realize that they don't have to put up with this kind of crap from people. They're going to realize that their worth was never determined by what these toxic people think of them. And that's really going to help them liberate themselves. So Samaritan in reverse. To me, this is them feeling, they may have felt like really responsible for someone else or certain people. I'm picking up on like family. They may have felt as though, or other people may have really put a lot of heavy burdens and expectations upon them to be the person to always be there for them. But there's a lack of balance in that. There was an expectation that this man had to give and give and give and give because someone else was playing a victim, but really they were victimizing him. And they've guilt tripped him. That's what I'm feeling. Like this man feels so guilty for things, this I feel this man is very generous. I feel this is why you're so attracted to this man, because you see his generosity, you see his sensitivity and his kind heart. You see that he's always been worthy, but he just can't see it in himself. So shapeshifter. To me, this is like, sometimes he's wearing a mask, but the overall download I'm getting from this card is that he's able to see different levels of consciousness. It says, skills at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. So yeah, this person is, sometimes he's in illusion, but then there's these waves of the truth, waves of truth and intuition coming in. And this is really allowing him to shift. This is really allowing him to see things for how they truly are, from this different, higher perspective. So he's kind of in the transition stage where sometimes the ego is going to blind him, but he's seeing much more truth. So yeah, damsel in reverse. Whenever I see this is like a damsel in distress. So there's been some females in this person's life who's played the victim. They've had unhealthy expectations when it comes to, you know, if he's in a marriage or other commitment, the woman's, you know, really laying it on thick, really trying to guilt trip him or play sweet, put on a sweet kind of mask, trying to act like a little girl or something like that. But really, they know exactly what they're doing and manipulating this person. But again, this may be a message to some of you if you have some unrealistic expectations that this man is the one that should come in and fill in your voids and make you happy, even, you know, if you might not be happy within yourself. Just be aware of that, because I feel this person has experienced that already a lot. Thief in reverse. This person is afraid that if they open their heart to you, then you're going to run away with it. This is what they've experienced when they wore their heart on their sleeve with people. Even if it's literally family and not a romantic situation, people have taken advantage of his generosity and, like I said, his insecurities. So he's trying to reveal his heart to you, but in a cautious way. Because the heart is like under his coat, the hat's down over his eyes. It's like he's in disguise. He's trying to test the waters. Is it safe for me to really be vulnerable and open my heart with you? Or will she run away with my heart? So that's why he's observing you. I feel like he's observing your actions and trying to see what you want from him. If you're going to be healthy for him, or whether you're going to be like these other people and try and get things from him because you're not happy within yourself. But overall, I feel this person is seeing things much more clearly, and slowly but surely they're going to be freeing themselves from the toxic situations or the limiting thought patterns that have been holding them back. So I really hope this reading has resonated with you, and if it has, then please like, share and subscribe, because that will really help me out, because my channel is new. And I'll be back again really shortly with more readings just like this one, and slightly different pick a card readings as well. So thank you so much. So this is set of cards number 3, which is the Rune Stone. And I'm starting off with the overall energies from the True Love Tarot. So why is this person been silent with you? Why have they potentially blocked you or ghosted you? Why aren't they revealing their emotions? Or why does it feel like it's trying to get like blood from a stone sort of thing? Why are they holding back so much? So there's the 7 of Cups in reverse, or illusion in reverse. Then there's the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, or work in reverse. There's the 5 of Wands in reverse, or competition in reverse. There's the 6 of Swords, passage. And there's the Knight of Cups, the mover. Sorry, the Knight of Wands, the mover. So what's clarifying this 7 of Cups in reverse? The 10 of Cups, success. Clarifying the 3 of Pentacles in reverse is the Knight of Pentacles, the builder. Clarifying the 5 of Wands in reverse is the 6 of Pentacles, generosity. Clarifying the 6 of Swords is the King of Swords. And clarifying the Knight of Wands is the King of Wands. So we also have the archetype cards by Caroline Mays. We have Midas, Miser in reverse, Beggar in reverse, Mother in reverse, and Pioneer in reverse. Okay. So what I'm picking up with this person, the reason why they're holding back from you and being silent right now is because they've been in a lot of confusion. Seven of Cups in reverse is called Illusion in this deck. And it's about choices. Someone feeling in the dark, not knowing what choice to make, not knowing how to move forward. They want this success with you. Ten of Cups is like the happy relationship, happy family, complete fulfillment, dreams coming true. But they've been afraid. They've been very cautious about really taking any kind of action. They don't know how to sort of bridge the gap between you. I feel this person has a lot of insecurity, not really loving themselves, like low self-esteem. They're afraid of making some sort of step forward and it being the wrong step forward. You know, they're fearful of making decisions in case it's the wrong decision, or they mess up somehow, or if they make one decision then it's going to close other doors. They're afraid of doing something to try and get closer to you, and then they're messing up, and then it's closing the door to you having this success with you. So they may have experienced situations where they felt like they messed up in the past. So it's creating a lot of anxiety. I feel this person spends a lot of time in their head, overthinking things, overanalyzing things. I feel like they're daydreaming a lot as well with the Seven of Cups. Maybe they have not felt as though they have the confidence or they're in the right place to be able to really offer you something tangible. So they've been daydreaming. They may not be happy within themselves and within their current circumstances. And so they've used a sense of escapism through daydreaming about this beautiful relationship that they want with you. But that's the problem. It's like they've been daydreaming so much, but they've not really been taking action on that and really making that happen. And, you know, this Midas miser, it's like they've not really been turning this into gold. You know, they've not really made this connection with you transform into something solid. And it's because with this in reverse, it's the shadow attribute, and it says hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. So basically a fear of loss. They fear losing you. So some of you, you know, you may kind of be there for them in some ways. Maybe you've expressed your love. Maybe you're very understanding of them. And not that I'm saying those are bad things, but maybe in a sense they feel as though you're always kind of there for them. So they kind of feel like, oh, I don't have to take any action. I don't have to make any moves right now because she's still here for me. So basically they're feeling like you're waiting for them. And in a sense, that's kind of enabling them to stay in their fears and their comfort zone. They fear that, you know, if they try to make something of this, then it's not going to turn to gold. It's not going to turn into this success. So the Three of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel this person, they're trying to build themselves up in some way to feel worthy of you. It could be financially, but it could be just in terms of confidence and in terms of feeling like they can confidently provide for you in all ways, emotionally, physically, financially. But the trouble is they're not feeling as though they're being a success within themselves. They're not feeling like they're in this place to be able to successfully provide for you. Because I have this beggar energy in reverse, which is the shadow attribute again, and it says, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. So that's interesting. I feel like they're very dependent on you. They're holding on tightly to your connection. They feel as though their sense of self-worth is determined by your opinion of them. So they're afraid to make any kind of move in case they mess up. Or they may be wearing masks and they're afraid of you seeing the vulnerable them, because then they fear that you're going to see them as weak. So they're trying to put on this mask and appear strong and in control. And the way they're trying to feel more manly is by repressing their emotions, being in control, being like this King of Swords, not expressing their emotions. So it's ironic because that's actually creating a block between you, but it's like that's preserving his mask. He doesn't want to basically show how much he needs you and is dependent on you, codependent upon you, because he feels like that's a weakness. And I feel like he's experienced in the past himself being codependent on another woman and wearing his heart on his sleeve, giving lots to this person, and then them totally like taking him for granted or not appreciating that, or being turned off by him being like that. So he's trying to hide that, because I feel like he's feeling much more codependent upon you and needing you more than he needed that person in the past. So ironically, he's afraid that his neediness is going to be a turn-off for you. So it's like he's going over the top in the other direction. He control his emotions so he doesn't show any kind of weakness that you could potentially latch onto. I'm not saying you would, but that's his fear, that you'd latch on to any sign of weakness that he has and then could potentially crush him if he allows you to get close. So then there's this competition in reverse, or the Five of Wands in reverse, with generosity, or the Six of Pentacles. So this person is afraid. It's like they're feeling really stuck. Like they want to have this success with you, but they don't know how to feel confident enough to actually make a move and actually make that happen and ground that. And so they're really afraid that there's this other competition that's going to enter your life, like some other man that's going to sweep you off your feet, some other man that's going to be really generous and be able to offer you everything that they want to offer you but feel like they can't. So they're really fearful of that. They're fearful of someone else coming in and taking you away from them. But at the same time, you know, you can't wait around forever and put your life on hold. So we have this Mother in reverse. Again, it's a shadow attribute. Smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. I feel this is key. This man has experienced, I feel like a smothering like mother who never really allowed them to be independent. So this is why this person is not believing in their own abilities to create a success for themselves. It's like their mother didn't believe in them to be strong enough. Like maybe their mother was overly like mollycoddling them, or always overly worrying about their son's safety when they were like really young, and I'm getting an image of the little boy at the playground and the mum saying, oh, be careful, trying to wrap them in cotton wool or something. So that kind of energy is what I'm picking up. Like when they were growing up, their mother had tons of like fears and anxieties about allowing their son to try new things or do new things, and so this has really stunted their growth and this is carrying on into their adult life. Like they fear taking any kind of risk, basically. I feel it's from their upbringing. So there's this Six of Swords, which is really positive, and the King of Swords. So this is movement. This is movement away from negative thought patterns that have been holding this person back. Seeing clearly with this King of Swords. Seeing beyond illusion. This is them moving away from these patterns, or maybe even people that have been holding them back, speaking their truth, becoming strong, taking action. This is about movement. And then, yeah, we have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. So this is a passionate new beginning. And we had this Page of Pentacles as well. They've been building themselves up. And then it's like the scales are going to tip in the right direction is the image I'm seeing. And that's really going to make movement more rapid. I'm not saying it's going to be a really quick movement, but it's going to be quicker than what it has been. The mover, the Page of Swords, sorry, the Knight of Swords. This is like a lot of passion that he's feeling for you, a lot of love, wanting to express that to you. So I really feel there will be a time when this person has seen much more clearly and liberated themselves from some karmic cycles, negative thought patterns, etc. And they're going to feel more like this King of Wands, grounded, stable, confident, able to take action on what they want. So there's Pioneer in reverse, compulsive need to keep moving on. So I feel they may have these fears of, they're going to have these ongoing fears of fully opening up their heart, and they may have this tendency to kind of just want to run away. So you may experience this off and on with this person, but overall they do become the king. There's two kings here. So this is like them becoming much more balanced and grounded, and eventually they won't have these anxieties wanting them to just sort of run away and bury their head in the sand and go back to their comfort zone. Overall, they will dissolve that tendency to do that the more they step into their truth. So there's definitely like movement, and this person, I really feel, will contact you in the future and reach out to you when they're in a more stable place. But right now they're in the middle of transitioning from their insecurity into security. And it may mean for some of you that you may need to give them space. If, you're always kind of there for them, and it's enabling them to stay in their comfort zone, you may need to walk away. There may very well be this other competition. You may start dating someone else who can be generous and can give you what you want. And that may be the thing that sparks this person to actually take action towards what they want and actually get moving and actually doing the work. So I really hope this reading has resonated and been helpful for you. And if so, then please like, share and subscribe, because that will really help me out as my channel is new. And thank you so much. I'll be back again really soon with really similar readings of, the energies of what's going on with this person. And yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye.